Good, good. Thank you. We'll start it out with Adam Jardy from the Columbus Dispatch. Adam.
Hey, CJ. Obviously, there's a lot going into a game like Saturday, even without the emotions of Senior Day. How do you think you personally will handle all that?
Like you said, just a lot of emotions into this moment, point in time in my life. To know that my senior night is here. I've been through a lot, throughout my life. It's just been a lot going on, and being this moment where playing on the big stage, playing for Ohio State, it just really means a lot. The things that go through, pre-seasons, off seasons, and just life in itself can be really hard at times. So just being in this moment, it's just really good for me, and I'm just really grateful, to be in this situation. Playing in front of my family, play for the staff, and for my teammates. So it's just a really big moment for me. And I'm just ready to play, and I'm ready to win. It's a really good game against a really good team. And I'm just ready to win and, advance in March, just build off of that. So I'm just really excited.
Well, what are you hoping, I know it's weird to maybe wrap up a career before, you still got maybe the most important part of it still ahead of you here. But when you think about what you've done at Ohio State, what your playing career has been like, what do you hope that people are going to remember the way you played?
I just hope that people remember me as a leader. Sacrifice myself for the team, for the coaching staff, for the university. I'll take it seriously. Playing for Ohio State, it means a lot. I met a lot of people since I've been here. To help me get where I am today. So I just want them to remember me. Playing hard. Putting my team first. Diving on the floor. All the little things. People don't really. Marking the box score and things like that. I just want to be remembered as that, just being that ultimate leader and a great overall point guard, that wins, gets his job done each and every night.
All righty, we'll go next to Jared Smalley. Jared.
Hi, CJ. You guys have mostly played in front of your parents and cardboard cutouts this year. And the Big Ten announced today that they're going to at least have some fans at the tournament next week.
Yeah.
I would imagine that's a very positive reaction from you all. Can you explain a little bit of what it's been like emotionally to play without that wave of noise you've grown accustomed to, and just having some semblance of that for the tournament next week, how special that makes the tournament now?
It's most definitely was difficult, especially those first non-conference games when there was literally nobody at those games, just finding that motivation and that energy in between ourselves and trying to create that. It was really hard at times, and then obviously the Big Ten opened it up to where we can have friends and family come to the game. And having that support, that was automatically a boost for us, gave us some confidence, to see our friends and family. Be grateful again for the situation, for them to allow our friends and family to come to the games and things like that. So it was just really good. And then, like you said, I didn't know they were allowing, I don't know how many fans are, the percentage of capacity or anything like that. But just having them there, it just gives us more support, more energy, throughout the game. And it's really hard when it's just you as a team and just trying to create that energy over 40 minutes of a game, especially when sometimes things ain't going your way, and just trying to create that over and over and over again can get really hard. So, just having fans is going to make it a lot easier for some confidence, and just better support, to have there at the game. So it's going to feel really good for us.
Well, related to that, CJ, it seems like you guys aren't just college athletes at a high Division I level. You're also, in a way, entertainers.
Yeah.
It seems like this is the first opportunity you're going to have this year to kind of play that role.
Yeah. Like you said, we are entertainers. People love to watch us play. People love to come and support us. People are so intact with us, and people follow up with us on social media, and little kids look up to us and things like that. So for them to come see the games, it just makes it that much happier for them. I'm pretty sure they're happy to come see us play. They're just as grateful as us, for them to come to the games and have that opportunity too. So yeah, like you said, we are entertainers. People love to watch us play. We love to play for them. So it's kind of that equal balance that, we love to do each and every day.
All righty, we'll go next to Steve Hellwagon, 247.
Hey, CJ, listening to you talk about the Senior Day, obviously this hasn't come up as far as I know with you yet, but are you closing the door entirely on the idea that you will not be back at Ohio State next year, even though, this is kind of a free year, I suppose? What's your thought? I know 5 years has been an awful long time for you at the college level, but is a sixth year even a possibility, or what are you thinking, I guess?
That's always a possibility for sure. Like you said, with the free year for COVID, that's obviously an option for me. That's something, my coaching staff and parents have talked about frequently. As of right now, that's not a decision I've made 100%. But yeah, I've been in college for a very, very long time. Not to say coming back won't hurt anything or make it better for anything, but obviously it's an option, but there's nothing, 100% yet. I haven't made, a clear decision on what I'm doing. So we'll just have to see in the future after March, after, trying to win Big Ten and national championship. So we'll see after that.
If this truly is it, how special is it that your last 2, 3, 4 weeks as a college basketball player will be spent in Indianapolis? Just what's your thought about going out there and playing in a couple tournaments here in the next few weeks?
Yeah, if this is the end for me at Ohio State, I'm forever grateful, for everybody here, especially you guys throughout media, putting me in a position, to promote myself at a high level, playing for Coach Holt and things like that. I'm just truly grateful for each and every opportunity that I've had. So obviously it'd be, a great thing for me. And then playing in Indianapolis, I'm very excited, very happy that I get to play in front of my parents each and every game in the tournament. That's not something a lot of people, are able to get. So playing in front of my family always just makes it that much better, especially being in the NCAA tournament. When my parents haven't seen me play, obviously, when I was at Florida State, we played in California and things like that. So it's hard to travel. Then last year, not being able to do it because of COVID. So just have them in Indianapolis at home and my parents and stuff like that is just really good for me, and I'm happy about it.
Thanks.
All righty, we'll go next to Brendan Gulick, Buckeyes Now on SI.
Hey, CJ, I asked Coach Holtman this question after last game finished up, and he said he hadn't had really a chance to talk with you guys yet. So wanted to ask you now that, a little bit of time has passed. Obviously, there's high highs and low lows throughout the course of a season. And if you get caught on this roller coaster ride, it can be emotionally draining. And right now, you guys are kind of going through a challenging part of your schedule. You haven't had the results you want. Give me an idea what morale of the team is like right now, knowing that the most exciting time of the year is here, but you guys haven't put together the results the last couple of games the way you probably hoped.
Oh, yeah, we just kind of want to focus on, today, just getting better today. Obviously, we watch film, learn from it, things that we need to do better, especially throughout this 3-game stretch that we had. We played against really good teams that's playing really well right now. So we just got to figure out a way to finish games, play harder for the whole 40 minutes. And like you said, there's high highs and there's really low lows. We just got to figure out our even keel, just being balanced and getting back to what we do. When we win games, I think we won 7 or 8 in a row. Just figure out what we need to do to get back to that. Just going out there each and every day and just trying to get better. We're just going to take it today, just figure out what we need to do today and just be where our feet are, just get better. Just come out and play harder. I feel like that's, what our team needs to do. Me as a leader, just being able to step up and things like that. So I feel like we'll be fine. I feel like we're going to learn from our mistakes. We're going to move on and, be ready to win this game against Illinois.
I realize that you didn't start your career at Ohio State, but this has clearly been an important piece of who you are. Why is Ohio State so special to you?
I would just say the coaching staff first, Coach Ho, Coach Terry, Coach Deba, and Pito. They just put me in a situation, I can be my best, put me in a situation to show my capabilities as a player, as a leader. And then as a person, I feel like I've been put in a great situation just to expose that for myself. Also being close to home and just things like that, it just really means a lot. But I would say the coaching staff played a really huge part for me to show my capabilities, and everything else just kind of came along with it as a person off the floor. And playing in the Big Ten, obviously, is a really good conference. I played against some really great players in these 2 years playing, and then 1 year redshirting just to, just build that camaraderie with my team and my coaching staff. So it's just been a great experience for me, and I'm truly grateful for it. And I'm honestly happy that I came here. It's one of the best decisions I've probably made in my life.
All righty, we'll go next to Colin Hass-Hill, 11 Warriors.
CJ, just thinking back at your career, I think that one thing that people say is that or that coaches say is that you probably could or should be a coach when you're done with playing basketball. I think we heard it from Coach Holtman before you even played a minute for Ohio State. Why do you think that people say that about you?
Just the way I feel like my IQ of the game is really high. I feel like I just know the game really well. And I just feel like I relate to a lot of people. I feel like people depend on me. They can trust me. Just for example, my teammates on an each and every day basis, just believing in me, trusting in me, coming to me for advice on and off the court, just always being there, somebody they can depend on. So I just feel like just having that, just being able to bring people, how should I say it? People gravitate towards me. That's what I should say. People gravitate towards me. I just feel like as a coach, that's really good to have players that gravitate towards you, that trust you, that believe in you. And I feel like my IQ of the game would kind of, go hand in hand with, having people gravitate towards me. It just kind of come together. Like I said, my IQ for the game, I feel like it's really high. So I feel like that'll kind of help.
Whenever you're done playing, do you plan to coach? And what's the most coach-like thing you've ever done as a player at Ohio State?
Yeah, most definitely. When I get done playing, I want to play as long as I can, obviously, until I can't anymore. But after that, I most definitely want to be a coach. I don't think I want to be a head coach. I'll probably be like a head assistant or kind of like Coach Diebler, kind of the player development, scouting and things like that. I feel like that'll kind of fit my role pretty well. The most coach-like thing I've done, I would say in a timeout before, I wasn't like disrespectful about it, but I kind of cut Coach Holt off and kind of stood up and, kind of directed the timeout. It was in the Iowa game. I just felt we just needed more energy, talk about what we need to do for the next play or try to make a run and what we needed to do. So I'll probably say that was probably my most recent coach-like moment that I've had this year or, here at Ohio State.
Thanks.
All righty, we'll go next to Patrick Murphy, 247.
CJ, looking back, what would you tell yourself when you're coming out of high school, you're going to Florida State? What would you tell yourself now that might have, helped you a little bit along your way in your college journey?
I would just say just to be confident in myself, to never doubt myself at all. I feel like coming out of high school, obviously I was a great recruit coming out of high school. I think it was like 4-star, 3-star, something like that. A high recruit coming to a different situation, away from home, being away from my family. So I would just say be confident in myself, to never doubt myself. Just to never change, just keep being who I am each and every day. I would say trust the process way more. I didn't take that serious going through our college. So just trusting the process and what comes with it and being patient and just waiting my turn and wait for my number called. Just being confident, never change who I am and just trusting the process.
And I know you made a run with Florida State in the NCAA tournament. Obviously, you guys didn't get a chance to do that last year. How much of a higher sense of urgency is there this year to get as far as you guys can, especially considering for you personally, it could be the last run you get in the tournament?
Yeah, like last year, it was all going within a day or within a few moments. Everything was gone. So the sense of urgency is really high just because you never know what can happen in a day, whether it was within a team, another team, COVID, or whatever it may be, just to go out there and play as hard as you can and try to win as many games as you can possibly, just because, like I said, you just never know what can happen within a day or a few moments. So the sense of urgency is really high. And then also if I don't come back or if I do, just going out there playing as hard as I can, because like I said, you just never know what can happen.
All righty, next up, Tim Hall, 97.1.
CJ, I guess I'm wondering if you're a sentimental guy, because kind of like everybody's asking with senior day here, you can get emotional about it, I guess, at times, but you're
sure.
With the circumstances with the team, you're planning on playing so much more basketball. So how do you look at that?
Most definitely still emotional. I feel like I'm an emotional guy. I feel like I show it, within my play off the court. I feel like my teammates understand that as well. I most definitely get emotional about it, just because if I don't come back, it'll be my last home game in the shot. I had so many great memories here, so many great games individually and as a team playing in front of the fans. And most definitely emotional. I'm kind of getting emotional now just thinking about, everything that been going on for these 3 years that I've been here, and just playing college basketball has always been a dream come true. So being in this situation is amazing for me. And if it does come to an end, I just want to go out there and just have, the best recognition for myself, for people to remember me. So most definitely could be emotional, but obviously there's business that needs to be handled, in March.
Well, what are you most proud of what you've done?
Just sticking with it, never giving up, never quitting when things got hard, and just sacrificing a lot for myself, for my teammates to be in the best situation to win. I was just saying, just not quitting. There was a lot of times when things were really low for me, just not giving up, just pushing each and every day. Yeah, so I would just pretty much say that without, getting too deep into that.
All righty, we got time for just one more question. We will go to Mitch Stacy, Associated Press.
Hey, CJ. After looking back on the last 3 games and having a chance to ruminate and watch some film and stuff, what would you say are the issues in this slide? Is it lack of energy? Your coach talked about that last game. Are there different things in different games? Or just kind of characterize what's happened in the last 3 games for you guys.
Yeah, like you said, just the energy. I feel like we just need to pick it back up and just refocus on what's important. Yeah, I just feel like our energy just need to be picked up, paying attention to details. Obviously, defensively, we need to get better, making people miss and making it tougher for the other team, just to give ourselves more breathing room on offense and things like that, moving the ball. And just a lot of little things that we need to, pay attention to and just, refocus on. And I feel like we'll be fine. I don't feel like there's any major issues, but for us to not figure out as a team. So I feel like we'll be fine.
Okay.
Hey, CJ, thank you very much for your time. Appreciate it.
Appreciate it.
Thank you. All right, Kyle, thank you very much for spending a little time here with us today.
Yeah, of
We'll
course.
start it out with Spencer Holbrook from Letterman Row. Spencer.
Kyle, you had an interesting vantage point from the past 3 games where you have been in the lineup for all 3 of them. But what have you seen from this week that makes you think that you guys have corrected what's went wrong in the last 3 games?
I would just say we've been focusing a lot on, getting back to where we were, and we don't think there's necessarily too much wrong. We just need to, focus in more, continue to bring energy every day and continue to be good with our prep, leading into, these tournaments here. So that's just what we've been, preaching in the locker room.
How important is it for you to be able to balance, having this last game in the shot and also, knowing that you guys should get a win before the postseason play starts, you can get some momentum back in your favor?
Yeah, I mean, just being like, the last game of the season, we're playing against a very good team. Senior night, there's going to be a lot of emotion, but, we're just focused on, day by day prepping for them. And then, we'll focus on the tournament after that. We know we got a special group. We don't want to get ahead of ourselves, but, we need to work every day to continue to get better so we can, try to make a run here in the end of March.
All righty, we'll go next to Sean Dunnigan, WBNS.
Kyle, today the Big Ten announced they were going to allow 8,000 fans in for each game for the Big Ten tournament. How much are you looking forward to play in front of people other than your family that are going to be at the games?
Yeah, I mean, we're looking forward to it just because, this whole year it's been a lot different not having fans at all. We enjoy playing in front of our families. They're able to bring us, a lot of energy just themselves. But, having more fans there will, have more energy in the building, more excitement, more noise. It'll be back to more, feeling like a normal game. So, we're excited.
Are you taking it all, playing in front of fans, for granted when you look back past this year?
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say, we necessarily took it for granted. We were always, pretty hyped up about having a packed arena, whatever it may be. But, once that was taken away, it was kind of like, wow, the impact, arena full of fans can have, just on the energy level for the team, especially, home court advantage and stuff like that is pretty crazy.
Thanks a lot.
Yeah.
We'll go next to Brendan Gulick, Buckeyes Now on SI.
Hey, Kyle, I know you recently spoke with Big Ten Network about some of the things that your family has gone through. I just wondered if maybe you've reflected on this being a big moment in your life coming up with Senior Day, and obviously it seems like this is a pretty special team, both in terms of your camaraderie, but obviously your achievements as well.
Mm-hmm.
What is this weekend and this opportunity to have a Senior Day at home and close the year with a great team? What's this mean for your family?
It means a lot, came a long way just from, being a freshman, getting on campus. Like I had mentioned, before, just not really knowing, what exactly I wanted to do. This whole 4 years, I built a lot of great relationships, had a lot of great experiences, a lot of great teammates. And there's just going to be a lot of good emotion, reflecting back on it, what this means to me, playing in a Buckeye uniform, all that good stuff. So, you know, just looking back on it, you know, I'm happy with, you know, everything I've been through, you know, as a Buckeye. So it'll be a good experience.
I realize that a lot of times players look at their coaching staff and there's a player-coach relationship, but a lot of times it's deeper. And I get the sense that a lot of the guys on this team really look up to and respect this coaching staff. In particular, Coach Holtmann, why has he been a good role model for you?
Yeah, you know, Coach Holt and the staff, you know, they've been great role models for us. You know, something I always say is, you know, they care just as much, if not more, about us as people, you know, rather than just athletes. So, you know, they want us to become a better man, you know, on and off the floor, you know, and they're always helping us to do that. So that's something I've always respected about them. You know, there's a lot of trust with them and the staff. You know, like you said, I think, you know, everyone looks up to them and, you know, views them as role models.
All righty, we'll go next to Adam Jardy, Columbus Dispatch.
Kyle, I'm assuming that you guys will get the chance to talk to your families and address them from the court like we've seen on senior days under Chris Holtmann. So will your senior day speech be more Andrew Dockett or more CJ Jackson?
I haven't really thought much about the senior speech yet. I'm not a man of many words, but, you know, I'm gonna make sure, you know, I get my point across, and keep it at that and try not to get emotional. I don't get very emotional. So I don't think I will, but, you know, make sure I thank the people, you know, that have helped me get to where I am, and, you know, just recognize everyone that needs to be recognized.
When you talked about a moment ago, you said there's going to be a lot of good emotion reflecting back on what it means to be playing in a Buckeye uniform. Can you explain or try to put into words what it has meant for you to play in a Buckeye uniform?
You know, just growing up, you know, being an Ohio kid, you know, what Ohio State means to, you know, everyone in the state of Ohio. You know, my family growing up, you know, Ohio State fans. And even just the fact that, you know, playing college basketball at this high of a level in the Big Ten these past 4 years has been incredible. You know, it's been a dream of mine. You know, I've been living that dream for the past 4 years. So, you know, like I said, it's been incredible. And, you know, I'm just very grateful to be, you know, in the position I am.
All righty, next up, Patrick Murphy, 247.
Kyle, sort of piggybacking on that last question, you know, obviously you were committed to Butler and Chris Holtmann's staff there. Do you ever reflect back or do you allow yourself now, as it's coming to an end, to kind of think what if and how grateful you are how things worked out this way?
Yeah, most definitely. It would have been a lot different. And I think about that all the time just because, you know, I believe everything happens for a reason, and I believe there was a reason. You know, his staff ended up getting the job here. The reason I followed him here, and, you know, the reason I've been playing in a Buckeye uniform for the past 4 years. So, like I said, you know, I'm just blessed and grateful because, you know, it could have been a lot different, you know, being at Butler. So, yeah, I'm just pretty happy how everything went.
And we've heard a lot about, you know, injuries. You know, obviously you had the stress fracture, and Chris Holtmann's talked a few times this year about you not being able to practice and things like that. How much has that been a thing that will stick out to you, that, you know, your Ohio State career did have these hiccups when it comes to the injuries?
Yeah, I mean, that's something, you know, I'll try not to think too much about just because, you know, I feel like it's something that I've just been able to, you know, battle through. And there has been times, you know, with my legs and everything that it has, you know, set me back a little bit, but it's nothing that's ever discouraged me, you know, or put me down just because, you know, I just remind myself, you know, that it could be worse, could be tougher things to go through. So for me, just tough it out, you know, keep playing and enjoying the game you enjoy to play. So it's not something I'll think about too much. You know, I'm gonna think about, you know, all the good experiences I've had and, you know, how amazing it's been to play.
All righty, we'll go next to Colin Hass-Hill, 11 Warriors.
Kyle, how set are you on this being your last season at Ohio State, or are you considering one more?
I haven't made a decision yet. You know, I'm waiting until after the season, you know, weigh out my options. and go from there.
How do you weigh them? What are some of the factors that you consider, and how much are the physical battles that you've had to go through the past few years factor into that?
Yeah, there's gonna have to be a lot of conversations, with a lot of different people, just to like leave it at that. But everything with my body, even this year I've been feeling, pretty good compared to even last year, the year before with my legs. We've been doing a good job managing everything with rehab, and really haven't had too many problems. So there's gonna have to be, like I said, just a lot of conversations and just view a lot of different things.
Appreciate it.
All righty, next up, Steve Hellwagon, 247.
Yeah, Kyle, along those lines, looked like you cracked heads with Mike Smith at the end of the Michigan game there with about 9 seconds to go. What was that next week like? Coach made it sound like you didn't get to practice much leading up to the game that you did get to play in against Iowa. And since then, have you been able to be back to full go, and you feel like you're going to be as close to 100% as possible on Saturday?
Yeah, that week was interesting. I haven't really had an experience like that with concussion since I was a kid. So it was different for me, the way I felt, and just everything that came with it. I really wasn't able to practice or do much that whole week leading up to the game. But I started to feel a lot better, more back to normal going into the game. I just didn't have much of my wind back, with being out. So, these past couple of days and, just getting more rest and, getting back into practice has been good. So, I'm pretty back to normal. Just, got to keep working to get there.
Yep. You've been one of the constants this last 3 or 4 years. Just, you take pride that as you sit here today, your team's ranked number 7 in the country and competing for championships and tournament, going deep in the tournament, different things like that. And just kind of put the program maybe back on solid ground after a couple lean years there. And the future, whether you're here next year or not, seems like it ought to be pretty bright. Do you feel like you've left Ohio State, if this is it, in a better place than where you found it, or how do you kind of look at it?
I just look at it as, we came in and, there was a culture that, had been set in place, what, we wanted it to be like, what coaches wanted it to be like. And I just came and I just did what I can to help the team win. Hopefully after these past few years, hopefully, fans and everybody, can look and, say some good things about my name and, say that I did help the program. So, like I said, I've just been trying to do whatever I can to help the team win these past few years.
Thanks.
All righty, we'll wrap it up with Kyle, with Tim Hall from 97.1 The Fan.
Yeah, thanks, Kyle. Just wrapping it up with a quick one about Illinois coming up. When you've looked back and had the time to reflect with the week off here, do you think it's been more of the strong defense that you faced against Michigan State and Iowa, or has it been a little bit more of your doing, not operating offensively how you guys normally have through this whole season, pretty much?
I think it could be both. Teams are playing well. I feel like we're gonna get in the Big Ten. You're gonna get everyone's best shot just because the Big Ten's a tough conference. But I think it's a little bit of both. Like I said, we just need to focus back in. Continue to bring our energy and, kind of get that edge back to us, that we had earlier on in the season. So I don't think it's anything too big. There's just some minor things we need to tweak and, focus on getting back on track.
All righty, Kyle, thank you very much for your time. Good luck this weekend.
Appreciate it. Thank you, guys.